All right, hello everyone. Bo Williams here, the WATE 6 News Side Newsroom, as we like to do each and every Friday. I want to get you up to date on what's going on traffic-wise around the area. So let me talk to you real quick here about what is coming up for you. We've got a lot of things happening this weekend, a lot of events happening around the area. We've got some big projects we need to tell you about as well that could cause you some issues. And then we've also going to talk about a new segment we're going to have for you. We're going to be talking about gas prices. I'll be heading out of town here for Labor Day. I want to make sure you know just how much you got to dig down deep into the cushions to get make sure you got enough for gas, right? So we do want to get everybody up to date on what is going on right now as far as traffic around the area. And I do want to bring in the TDOT SmartWay map here for a second. We'll take the little Google tab out of there. Right now, traffic, it is moving along. We'll take a closer look coming up for you here in just a little bit. But I did want to take this moment because we picked up on this north of town, just south of Caryville, between Rocky Top and Caryville. We've got a multi-vehicle crash. This is State Route 116. This is northbound, just into Campbell County right now. Again, several vehicles involved. This is near Old Mill Road. Right now, crew's still out there working, according to TDOT and to THP. Northbound right lane and also the shoulder is blocked. So this is going to impact northbound traffic. 116, if you're not familiar, it kind of runs parallel, as you can see here, with I-75. Again, here's Caryville for you at the top of your screen. So just be careful. Multi-vehicle crash right now along 116. I'd avoid this area. We'll zoom in a little bit tighter. Not seeing any huge backups there, but it's right there at Old Mill Road. We'll have to continue to monitor that for you and, of course, keep you up to date. In the meantime, though, as you take a wider look at the TDOT maps, I want to remind everybody TDOT's going to be stopping all lane closure activities on the interstates and state routes. That is already underway. It started at noon today and will run until 6 a.m. on Tuesday. That is for the long Labor Day weekend. It is here. The department adds, though, that workers will still be on site in a number of construction zones. They do encourage you to please still obey the posted speed limit. So even though they may not be working or they don't have those temporary lane closures, you'll still need to slow it down. So if it says 55, 45, what have you, you'll have to slow it down because you can still see some crews in those areas working. And, of course, they do want to keep them safe. But everything will be back to normal by 6 o'clock Tuesday morning. So keep all of that in mind, and please be safe if you are out this Labor Day weekend. High travel volume, that is for sure, both flying and on the roadways expected for this weekend. Record numbers here in Tennessee. All right, let's talk about some of the projects going on. We've got a number for you, and we're going to start things off here in Jefferson County. Jefferson County, this is US 25 State Route 9. It's going to be down to one lane for resurfacing activities. Traffic will be directed via temporary traffic signals. TDOT sharing that this traffic pattern will be in place until October 15th. And again, you can see the section here of Jefferson County that we are talking about, where they're going to do that milling and paving. So if you travel 25 and State Route 9, again, it's going to be down to one lane, and this is going to be going on until mid-October. So keep all of that in mind. They said they're going to be out there working 24/7. Again, that traffic pattern could change from time to time, so just be prepared as you are traveling in Jefferson County. You will see some delays through there, that is for sure, but that will be underway and working up until mid-October. We're hoping by October 15th they will have this project all wrapped up for you, but it will cause some headaches. That is for sure moving forward. Another area we're talking about today is in Sevier County. Now, a number of areas of City Park at 1005 Park Road in Sevierville will be closed for the city's park improvement project. That closure will get underway. Matter of fact, it's already underway. It began on the 25th. It's going to continue to the end of the 15-month project. So do the math. It's going to be around for a while. And we're talking west parking area, Riverside with the cul-de-sac. That area will be closed. All 5 baseball and softball fields closed. The Greenway, beginning at the covered bridge, coming into the city park from the Smoky Mountain Children's Home, closed. Picnic shelter area, that includes shelters 1 and 2, if you are familiar with that area, closed. Charles D. Blaylock Blue Way Landing closed. Concession and restroom building located near fields 1 and 2. Also, the restrooms located outside the pool house building, again, all closed. So this is a big project that is already underway now in Sevierville. It is their park improvement project. It got underway on the 25th, as we mentioned, and according to the release we got from the city of Sevierville, it will continue through the end of the 15-month project. Sorry, I didn't do the math for you there, but I'll give you something to do. But just know that over a year, we still have that this will be going on. You'll still not be able to access a number of those areas until this is all said and done. But that is going on in Sevierville. So just again, make note of that. Also, some good news. Let's talk about some good news here, right? TDOT this week releasing some of this video. I-26 in Unicoi County fully open for the first time since September 27th of last year. Also, the Twin Bridges in Irwin, that's near exit 40, Jackson Love Highway. You know, they were destroyed by Hurricane Helene 11 months ago. But again, those bridges now, take a look at it. The work is done. I-26 East is now open to both lanes of traffic in Irwin. The on and off ramps at Jackson Love Highway, that's exit 40, are open in each direction. So if you take I-26, or if you have friends that use I-26 to travel between Tennessee and North Carolina, because you know I-40 is still down to just one lane in the mountains. 26 now might actually save you some time. I went through the mountains just recently over into North Carolina, and I can tell you that it was a mess. There were some pretty serious backups. One day it was fine. The next day you were stuck in traffic. It was backed up from about the state line past Hartford. So your best bet is when you go, if you can, is to take a look at the TDOT SmartWay maps before you head out to plan how you're going to get into North Carolina. Lori Tucker was there yesterday. If you're with us on WATE, she actually got to kind of go behind the scenes there in North Carolina to go some places where we can't see, back where the construction crews are, and kind of seeing the progress that's being made and still how far we've got to go. We're talking 2 to 3 years until I-40 is going to be the I-40 that we remember before Helene came through there and did the damage that she did. So it's going to take some time. So the good news there is I-26 is looking great. The work being done there under a year. They've got the lanes open. East and westbound is moving again. Not to say they won't be back out there from time to time to take care of some punch list items, but again, some progress there on 26. I pulled up I-40 here for just a second since we are talking about it. And here you can see how it is all shaded. This is the backup, right? And it kind of gives you an idea of just how slow it is coming up to the mountains. Wide loads have to go to Virginia. And this is something I think some people misunderstand. You'll see the sign for wide loads. That doesn't necessarily mean tractor trailers, right? There is a difference there. So your standard tractor trailer can still take I-40. And you know, it's a pretty steep incline in some of those areas, and that's where things really start to slow down. It's one lane, it's a yellow curb basically that's separating you from traffic in the opposite direction. Let's bring in the TDOT SmartWay camera. This is the camera in Hartford, okay? That is traffic coming toward you. That is traffic heading eastbound toward North Carolina, and you can see it is already slow. Right, so we're talking, what is that? Was that like 7 miles from this point? I can't remember the mileage here from here to the state line. But that's what you're going to be in, okay? So it's moving. It will be stop and go at times. Other times it'll look like, see how eastbound there, that's where east or westbound opens up to 2 lanes. So it's moving a lot better. You'll have pockets of where traffic's moving okay. Other areas it's going to be incredibly slow like you're seeing right now coming towards you there in those eastbound lanes. When you see that, then you've got to make the call, right? Do you stick with I-40 and make your way through the mountains that way, which there's nothing wrong with that. I did it a couple weeks ago heading to the beach. We actually made some decent time, but we didn't have the backups. Coming back a week later, it was slow in both directions, and that's what we're seeing right now when you take a look at these maps. So there's other options for you. There is 25. I have done that. That'll take you all the way over to Hot Springs, bring you in on the north side of Asheville. Make sure that your car mapping system is working so you don't make a wrong turn. There's still, though, a lot of work to be done on some of those roads, and there are quite a bit of police through there to make sure you don't turn down the wrong road. But 25 is an option. And then, but as we just mentioned, no alerts. Look at this for the first time. No alerts right now along I-26, and there's Irwin for you, and quiet traffic. So yeah, it's a little out of the way going for the Tri-Cities and coming down on 26 to get into North Carolina and come in on the north side of Asheville. Yeah, it might be an extra 30 minutes or so, but when you tack in, or when you consider the slow traffic that we just showed you on 40, you may actually be saving time, or it may be no different. At least you're moving, but here you go. So that's what you have to deal with right now. 2 options for you as far as travel between North Carolina and Tennessee. Hard to believe it's almost been a year since the damage was done there, but that is how things are shaping up. But TDOT, we appreciate the video that they've posted and that we can watch. We've got this new camera here near Hartford so we can kind of continue to monitor what is happening traffic-wise in those areas. So that is how things are shaping up right now. Those are some of the big projects that we're going to be talking about. We're going to take a closer look at traffic just around the area coming up here in just a little bit. But as I mentioned a moment ago, we do have a new segment coming up for you. We're going to be talking about gas prices. A lot of you will be traveling and each weekend. Maybe it's a quick getaway. It's not always Labor Day, but you may be heading out of town. Maybe the Vols are playing out of town or what have you. So we want to make sure you know what you're getting into as far as gas prices. So we're going to talk a lot more about that when we come back. So keep it right here, and we'll see. All right, welcome back, everyone. Bo Williams here in the WATE 6 on Your Side newsroom. Again, as we do like to do on Fridays, I want to get you up to date on what's going on traffic-wise around the area. Kind of walk you through some of the big projects coming up in Jefferson County, a big project, Sevier County, right there in Sevierville, a big project with one of the parks there that's going to cause some issues for you. We took a look at the improvements along I-26. Of course, we mentioned I-40 as well, brought you that live look near Hartford, slow traffic for you right now, 40 eastbound, maybe that last-ditch run to the beach for the long Labor Day weekend. We told you also that TDOT's going to be halting a lot of the projects, though you still need to slow it down a lot of those construction zones until Tuesday. Right now we want to talk about, because a lot of you may be getting ready to head out, or maybe you're getting up early in the morning heading to Atlanta to check out the Vols and they take on Syracuse to kick off the 2025 football season. Something we're going to be doing is bring in gas prices. So first of all, take a look right now from AAA. These are the figures. The national average right now, $3.20. All right, Tennessee well below that at $2.78. Of course, that's the average, right? Some places around Knoxville, it's like around $2.89. Other areas, you're going to see it below that $2.78. Knoxville is $2.74. So again, just a little bit below the Tennessee average, but it doesn't necessarily mean everywhere you go will be $2.74. Again, I think I filled up today. It was around $2.87, $2.88 where I was. So it's just going to depend on what part of town you're in. Sometimes that can be a huge difference. How far off the interstate you are can always make a huge difference as well. Chattanooga, by the way, $2.76. So if you are heading toward Atlanta, the prices do start to climb once you leave Knoxville. Usually Chattanooga is a little bit below us, but they're actually a few pennies higher than we are right now here in Knoxville. And then Atlanta, right around $2.90. So still below $3, as we mentioned, the national average right now at $3.20. But those are the figures coming to us right now from AAA. Now, what we've done also, we've brought up the map for you here, AAA's map, the state map. So if you are heading to the beach, if you're heading wherever it is you're heading, let's get you up to date on where things stand. First of all, again, as we mentioned here in Tennessee, right around $2.78. That is currently our average. If you are heading north up toward Kentucky, just over over $3. So you're looking at $3.01 right now. Is the average price for gasoline there in Kentucky. Virginia right now at $3.02. North Carolina back below $3. The darker blue is going to be less than $3. I can tell you that right now. So $2.89 right now in North Carolina. If you're heading to Myrtle Beach, which is where I was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, $2.83 right now in South Carolina. Georgia, actually a little higher than we are, as we mentioned. If you're heading to Atlanta, expect to pay around $2.90, $2.91 for a gallon of gas. Let's kind of go all the way around the states that border us. Alabama, if you're heading maybe toward the Gulf Coast, $2.82 right now is the average there. Mississippi, $2.72. So a little bit closer to what we're seeing here in Knoxville. Our average $2.74 in Knoxville. Arkansas, $2.77. Missouri, $2.87. Illinois, boy, if you're heading up north, maybe you went to school at Illinois, or you're heading up towards Chicago for the Labor Day weekend, $3.53 right now. On average in Illinois is what we are seeing for gas prices. Indiana, $3.33. Ohio, $3.25. So you kind of get the idea. We'll throw West Virginia in there. About an even $3 for you there for the average price. But this is a great tool. And click on it, bring up Tennessee. We can check all the counties around us as well. Again, you see where we are here in Knox County. Bring it over to Anderson, a little less than Knox at $2.63 right now. Blount County at $2.75, $2.77 in Loudoun. Sevier County also around $2.77 for you right now. Jefferson, $2.70. $2.82 in Granger, so a little higher there in Granger County. Maybe if you're heading up toward the Tri-Cities, Washington County, $2.87, Carter, $2.70, Unicoi, we were just showing you Unicoi a moment ago, definitely on the high side there at $2.86. Also, Sullivan County 281, if you're heading up, say, toward Johnson City, Bristol, Kingsport, those areas. And we mentioned Chattanooga. If you're heading toward Nashville, so I can get my counties right here. There's Rutherford at $2.79. Williamson is at $3 right now. Davidson, $2.83. So if you're heading toward Nashville for the Labor Day weekend, that's what you can expect to pay as far as gas. You need to fill back up and make your way back toward East Tennessee. If you are heading all the way out toward Memphis, it's $2.81 right now. So a great tool for you there as we kind of take a look at how everything breaks down. And there's your average prices for you around the state. But we're going to do this every week. We're going to get you up to date on how things are shaping up, let you know where the gas prices stand here in Tennessee, as well as all of our counties, so you kind of know what to expect heading into the weekend. All right, so that's gas prices for you. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we've got a lot going on. We told you about that multi-vehicle crash that's happening right now that crews are working on up in Campbell County. We're going to check back in, see if there's any updates on the TDOT SmartWay maps with that. We'll also take a look at the interstate traffic for you right now. We showed you what was happening in the mountains, but we'll take a look at some other areas as well, and we'll get you up to date on that. A lot of you could be heading south toward Atlanta. We'll take another look at how traffic is shaping up heading south into Georgia. So stay with us, and again, we'll be back here in just All right, welcome back. Bo Williams once again with you here in the WATE 6 in your side newsroom. We're going to take a look at the TDOT SmartWay map here. We're going to bring it in for you once again. We do want to focus one more time. I want to go north of town here up toward Campbell County. We told you about this right when we came on today. That multi-vehicle crash, they still have it posted right now. Crews are still working. This is going to be northbound 116. In Campbell County. Several vehicles involved. We don't have an exact count, but this is right there near the Old Mill Road intersection. 116 runs parallel to 75. This is all just south of the Caryville area. No determination yet on when this project is expected, or this accident scene is supposed to be cleared. But if you can, you'll want to steer clear of that area if at all possible until they get this cleared up. But a couple of vehicles, we understand, involved there, one right lane and the right shoulder currently blocked as crews are working. All right, so let's bring it back. We got the full map for you right now. Looks like we are seeing some heavy traffic around the area if you are getting ready to head out the door. We'll click on a few spots. First of all, I-75 southbound, right there near the 640 interchange. Watch for some delays there. Also, I-40 westbound. This is over near Alcoa Highway. Nothing out of the ordinary for whatever reason. It seems like I-40 westbound from about 275 all the way out to about Paper Mill just likes to come to a crawl, and it does that pretty much any time of day. Also, 40 eastbound, we're seeing some slow traffic for you as well. This will be the first camera we bring up, so let's take a live look for you. It's not crawling, but again, it is moving slow. That's what's on the right side of your screen. That's eastbound traffic heading toward Asheville Highway and the Holston River Bridge. So a live look for you right now. Again, this could be a lot of people. You know, you got the last long holiday weekend, say until fall break for the kids. And so maybe that last push for the beach, they are expecting some huge numbers of travelers this year out on the roadways. So if you're just now heading out after the kids get out of school, there's eastbound traffic for you as well. So again, it's going to be a little bit on the slow side. So you will not be alone, that is for sure, as you make your way out of town. No accidents being reported right now, just some heavy traffic for you at this hour. Now we want to go west Knoxville. And let's take a look here at westbound traffic. Eastbound looking not bad, but westbound traffic, it is moving slow. There you go, 40 westbound right now. This is at the top of the screen. This is out near I-140 Pellissippi Parkway. Not sure. We're going to have to get the ramp here. It is not moving at all. People trying to exit. Is that exit going to, let's take a look here. People trying to merge. Let's take a look, bring up another camera here. Again, 40 westbound, yeah. People exiting, heading toward Paper Mill, or not Paper Mill, but Pellissippi. That is coming to a crawl as well. So 40 westbound, we're seeing some heavy traffic. Eastbound looks fantastic right now. Of course, next week it'll be different when the Vols are playing at home. A lot of people will be coming in early ahead of the game. So eastbound traffic, we expect that to be pretty heavy this time next week. But everybody may be heading to Atlanta or just trying to get out of town one final time here for the long weekend. But we're seeing some really slow traffic for you right now out near the Pellissippi Parkway in that interchange. Let's bring up another camera here in that area. Once you get past Pellissippi, say heading toward Lovell Road, does not get any better. It is still incredibly slow for you, as you can continue to see there. Heavy traffic eastbound looks great. So if you're going to be driving into Knoxville here pretty soon, Not too bad. There you will see a few slowdowns, but nothing horrible. Here's another live look for you. This is out near Campbell Station. Again, slow traffic for you right now. Really, both directions we're seeing some heavy traffic, so just make note of that for your travels. That picture there, I think eastbound was a little bit slower than westbound. I do want to, real quick, let's take this wide for a second. For those of you heading south, heading to Atlanta, you do obviously have to go through Chattanooga, and you know as well as I do, as you make your way, if you've done that drive, as you get into Chattanooga, right there at the split, 24 and 75. So just before you get there, let's take a look at what you can expect. And you've got you got the barrels out. This is southbound 75. Okay, so you pass through it while you're coming into Chattanooga. Slow traffic for you as you're approaching that interchange where you have the 75-24 split. So if you are driving to Atlanta today, especially this afternoon, just know you're going to see some heavy traffic in the Chattanooga area. We'll back it up. There you go. There's southbound 75. This is near Franks Road. If you're familiar with the Chattanooga area, let's see, we'll back it up even more here. I think this is back near the mall area, and it is. Yeah, they're southbound right now. Just slow traffic at this moment. So heavy traffic for you right now in Chattanooga. For those of you heading to Atlanta, we'll take a look here at the actual interchange. Let's see if we can bring this up. Once you get past some of it, though, it does open up. So there's the good news. So here's your 75 lanes. Here's your 24. So it's just before you get to that interchange. If you can just weather the slow traffic and the heavy traffic getting into Chattanooga, once you're actually there and you get to the 75-24 split, as you can see, the right side of your screen, that's southbound. Okay, so you should be okay. Things should start to pick up. We'll pick up another shot for you here just south of that. And right now, traffic there. So there's southbound 75 heading toward Georgia. That is what is moving away from us. Right now, traffic looks like it's zipping along without any issues. I don't know how many more cameras they will bring us here. But there you go. 75 looks good. So once you get to that interchange, you're fine. South of Chattanooga, not too bad. Let me take a quick look here. How much time we got left here? Let's go wide here for just a second and see if they'll give us any inclination into 75 all the way to Atlanta. Looking good, looking good, looking good. And then it starts to slow. Once we get just north, obviously, of the Atlanta area, looks like we have a pretty significant slowdown near, might have an accident here, I'm not sure. But yeah, when you see delays in both directions, this is just north of, let's see, the McCallie exit. That's not McCallie, Chattanooga. This is down in Georgia. Trying to give you another idea. So just north of Highway 20, Corbin. Okay. Yeah, you could see some delays there, it looks like, on 75 south. So well south of Calhoun and Dalton, you could see some delays. So again, just kind of make note of that if you are heading to Atlanta for the game this weekend. Otherwise, right now, taking a look around the area, it looks like the roadways pretty typical, just heavy westbound traffic. If you are flying, we have seen that obviously air traffic has been incredibly busy for the Labor Day weekend. They're saying it'll be one of the busiest Labor Days on record as far as air travel. But if you're trying to get to McGee Tyson Airport right now or here in the next hours or so, you should be okay. This is north of the airport at the interchange there with Alcoa Highway. We'll take a look at just south at the Hunt Road interchange. McGee Tyson just off to the left of the screen. And right now, traffic there getting to the airport, you should be fine. Would highly advise you to check the McGee Tyson website, though, before you head down. It breaks down which parking lots are seeing more activity than some of the other ones. And it's right there on the main page. That way, you're not spending a lot of time looking for a place to park. It can tell you if the garage, if you want to stay away from the garage and go to one of the outer lots, or vice versa. So it'll save you some time, especially if you're cutting it pretty close to get to your flight. All right, that's going to wrap things up for us. As always, don't forget, you can always reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. You can send us an email. Let's see, we got that information somewhere up here. There we go. You can always send us an email. We'll try to check on it for you and get you up to date on what's going on. Don't forget TDOT as well, 833-TDOT-FIX, 833-836-8349. Be safe out there. Hope you have a great Labor Day. And if you are headed to Atlanta, be careful on your way down there to watch the Vols and Syracuse. And we will do this all again next week. So take care, everyone, and have yourself a great Labor Day.